going to go ahead and start here.
Launch control. The Marines all in, spawning over there. Directly across from them in monorail, we have Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club wasting no time, getting the 2-3 split from energy flow and down through. Actually, doing a 2-2-1. I guess one got through Hydro. It looks like. I don't know, a bit of confusion. So I think Breasttown is a little bit lost, not showing where he's going. And the Marines doing a straight push over to Hydro. So it's going to be their pressure group going right through there. I bet they won't even bother to cap, I'm assuming. Probably just want to get some straight up pressure going on. Oh, no. Going to prove me wrong here, it looks like.
I'm kind of wondering like where they're going. They should probably know that Drone Bay is always the most common first expansion zone. And it looks like the Skulks are trying to find an area where they can set up here. The rear kind of trying to run off. We got 2 Skulks and Hydro slowly trying to close the distance here. Not giving away their position. 1 Skulk coming in through Silo. It's the commander, Saya. Trying to get some parasites off right there. Meanwhile, the First Blood Party Skulk gets killed over in one of these sides. I think both sides were under contention, but they managed to come out on top.
Joshua won the engagement over in Gravity, yep. And so, all in taking the first 2 engagements on the side, and the 3 push just kind of walking right into the hive. The Carapace shell is exposed, so if they lose this engagement here, they're probably going to lose that.
Oh,
XTC
but
going
so
down.
Many life forms just swarming each of those Marines right there. A really nice cleanup by the aliens.
So Joshua moving down to the south side, building Drone Bay, and at the same time Fabrication going up. And then 3 groups probably going to meet up again and do some more pressure. But they're only on 1 IP. They've neglected the second IP here with this pressure, and so they're going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for them to reinforce and push out again.
Yeah, the reason why you get 2 IPs is because if you 3 die in a row, it's roughly 20 seconds of waiting for every person to respawn. That's why you always see when you do 1-3-1, you always usually want to go for the IP first second. So that way you cut that 18-second respawn down to about 9 seconds for everybody to come back up.
And Josh is just hanging out here, hiding in Drone Bay. But I think Sicknick and Party Skulk might know about him. Yep, get a little bit of damage there on Sicknick. Big hits there from Party Skulk, being able to take him down.
And now we have that 3-man pressure again forming up in Hydro. This time looking like they're electing to go through water treatment. 2 Skulks are on their tail in Hydro analysis. Saya trying to dive in on Skiz. Getting out of there with a black bar. ADHD trying to run away from these 2 Skulks that are chasing from Hydro. Breasttown full and ADHD and Call. Probably the most powerful players on All In. Electing to go straight to Depot, except we have Party Skulk waiting for an ambush to kind of set itself up. ADHD cutting himself off from his teammate. ADHD getting swarmed by 4 players. Colt being able to pick off a few Skulks. Can he get a little bit more done? No.
XTC winning engagement against Jubear over here in Plaza as he's trying to cap down the top side. Now Marines are all on the left side of the field. Aliens able to push out, not worrying about any sort of defense right now. They're probably going to set up for some sort of offensive ambushes, and that's going to put Marines more behind if they lose those engagements. So Aliens in a great position right now, taking a lot of field presence here.
I feel like All In is really playing heavily at this 1-3-1 pressure right now. They keep using 3 groups to try to push out, when in reality they might want to consider changing into a more 2-2-1 split, which is safer for getting those expansions up and kind of slowly progressing through the map as you win fights. Looks like they kind of went into that right now. Naturally, 2 in receiving, 2 in Drone Bay. Except Breasttown picking off Joshi down in the south. Energy flow being Saya getting picked.
So the All-In members in Hydro moving forward. Going to be interesting to see if they go up to Energy or if they go down south to OBS. Looks like they're going to choose to go OBS again.
Observation is probably the easier one to hit, except that we have several Skulks spawning in, and 1 Skulk, Saya, currently just hopping around in Depot right here, slowing the Marines down. And we have another Skulk coming in through the vent, Sicknick, coming in on a little path right here. Oh, and Party Skulk's already lying in wait here, so we got 3 Skulks versus 2 Marines. ADHD getting picked off quickly by Party Skulk, and Colt getting finished off by Saya.
So important to note that the the Breakfast Club team have gone for no Gorge strategy, and they're actually doing a really good job of defending here. There's no Gorges, means no Clogs, no Hydras anywhere, no being able to heal Extractors once they've been damaged. So the Marine team has actually not hit Energy Flow at all, and just there now started to do damage to the Observation Extractor, or Harvester rather.
Oh, and look at that. The Hydro Analysis Phase Gate, which is such a powerful position to hold, is currently getting built up right now. We do have 2 Lurks popping out onto the field, so it might be a nice... it's currently like a really nice even game. Nobody's really taking the lead. The Marines have quite a bit of Extractors down, and the Aliens just got their 2 double Lurks up.
Oh, the Hive just now dropping directly in front of ADHD. If he can clear Breasttown, there's no one else really that nearby.
Oh, ADHD just takes
needs
this
to
fight
win
really
this
smart, and
engagement.
there you go.
He can unload on the
Now
side. He
he's
can
gonna be
unload on
able
this
to
Hive.
kill 3 Kegs on his own if he wants to.
No, he should go for
And look at this, Hydro Analysis Phase Gate proving how nice it is. They're going to be able to just come on straight through Gravity Control area, through South Quarter, and the 2 Lurks are going to be there. But, look at that, forcing a 3rd Craig to be dropped there after taking 1 out. I think they're going to try to group up for some kind of big, powerful hit here. Colt and Josh are just waiting. Sicknick taking a peek, being scared away by double AR fire.
And there's finally some pressure over onto that Energy Flow Extractor as well. That should have been hit, I feel like, a while ago. But I think ADHD separating himself from Skiz going to get overwhelmed there behind the Harvester. And Skiz now with a 3-on-1 hit against him. And it's going to be difficult for him to walk away from that with the kill. The Marines kind of walk into this stalemate where they can't push into Drone Bay with just 2. They need at least 3, preferably 4 to go into this. Shotgun's going up, and that's going to be their cue to want to be able to push that out.
Look at Hydro Analysis Phase Gate. It's kind of contested right now, but Skiz looking like he's going to be able to save this gate. A little bit of meds. He's got his hatchet out. No, he has a pistol. Pistol manages to kill 2 guys. DeRear now versing off against Colt. DeRear being chipped down to 35, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold the Phase Gate and Hydro.
So I think this is tipping into the Aliens' favor with this game. Marines do have 5 Extractors, but the Aliens have that second Hive going up. It's already over half done. They haven't lost any sort of resources yet. I don't think they've even lost cysts. I mean, it's just going really well for them right now.
Yeah, they're sitting
should get a
quite
spot in the Drifter.
And look at what they did to the Energy Flow Extractor right now. They put 2 Craigs on top of it right there. Party Skull kind of in a dangerous position right here. Like
that could turn into a mistake, though, because they're moving into it.
Now we have Shotgun Colt and AR Skiz. Colt managed to get a great save off on his ally Skiz right there with a shotgun blast. And now these Craigs are going to be completely left exposed and probably taken out with little trouble.
Yeah, so I think that was a bit of a throwaway there. I mean, it's just Crags, right? But it's 20 res, which is nothing to sneeze at.
This ADHD coming into this 3 push right here. The Aliens really wanting to hold on to this, except there are a lot of Marines here, and they have a welder in this group. There's 2 shotguns unloading. If they can just get a few shots here, they could land a crucial fight. Joshi coming in, Sicknick having to be really careful here. He can't decide to fall out, but look at this Party Skull getting shoved away. Sicknick having to go through the back entrance right there. Hydro Analysis Phase Gate is under attack, but looks like Colt kind of shaking them up and pushed them out.
And we might lose this Phase Gate. It's at 45%. We got 2 Lurks and a Skulk on it. We're going to have to kill the Skulk to get him off the Phase Gate and then deal with the Lurks.
And Energy Flow still not going down behind all of that pressure right there.
So I think Energy Flow will probably get another push here as soon as that gate's welded. Marines need to get some way to defend over there. I mean, I'm not sure if they want to do another Phase Gate or not, but they got to get pressure out onto the alien side. So Energy Flow finally going down. Going to need to convert that into something more positive, though, because they're also losing Extractors behind this. They're only at 4, going to be on 3 here as soon as Plaza goes down.
I have to look out. I think these Lurks are trying to get a feel for how aggressive they can be. They're flying around in gravity control looking like they might try to poke into the Marine main, but then as soon as they saw somebody kind of responding to that, they decided to fall back out. So these 2 Marines in silo now, it looks like Skiz and Colt might be trying to make some kind of crafty play over there. Not really sure. It's kind of that. It's kind of a little stalemate, leaning in the aliens' favor right now. Ooh, Party Skull taking some big chip, and both of these shotguns. Ooh, one getting taken out, but a clutch kill by Colt right there, making sure the all is not lost.
Okay, a nice drifter pick there. Kind of being aggressive, moving it through Hydro. But we've got some great drifter setup because we've got one between energy flow and fabrication, but it's going to be in a spot where they kind of just walk through. So I wonder if Jubear's going to notice. Probably not. Doesn't even activate. And then one right outside in water treatment to see if Marines move through there. Probably want one more at least in shipping just to get any movement. Now completely lock Marines down as far as being able to get anything off sneaky.
Kind of looking to see what the aliens' game plan is. I'm thinking they're just going to wait till it fades and then it's going to start getting the ball rolling here. Because these lurks have been up for quite some time now. The Marines just haven't been able to get that much-needed pick. So the mid-game is going to slowly start transitioning into that phase where your fades come out. The rare already popped out on the field.
We do have 3 Marines pushing over into, or 2 if Skiz runs away. We got Jubear, Colt, and Skiz, all with shotguns. In fact, the entire Marine team with shotguns. The Carapace shell still exposed. If they recognize that they could just take it, they should see it. It's by the hive. They'd be the first place that I would check.
He's got to be really careful in this kind of fight here, because this is where you lose fades. That's 3 shotguns in this room here. If they could just take this fight right, there aren't many other aliens that are in position at that moment. But now we have everybody slowly starting to form up in there. 3 shotguns versus 2 lurks, 2 fades, and here it goes. Kicking off with a start. The rear diving in first, trying to get a few pick slashes right there. Breasthound and the lurks trying to get some much-needed chip on those Marines in the back. We're making another dive. Breasthound doing another dive, managing to take out Colt with the shotgun. Jubear and Skiz are all that's left. The ammo's drying up in each clip. He's trying to shoot them off, but again, all 3 shotguns go down with no life forms being exchanged. I don't even think a Skulk died.
Now, the back of the ADHD does manage to take down Observation, so a Harvester goes down. They lose 3 shotguns, so I can't say it's a good trade, but at least they didn't walk away from that empty-handed.
She's
going
trying
into
to
the
go
vent
into
where
the
Party's...
vent.
Oh!
Party Skulk picking him off as he tries to round the corner.
It's too bad that he didn't make it around the corner, because it would have been too dangerous for Party Skull to really do anything about that. So the push coming back, Aliens down 2 Harvesters. Got 1 more building back in Observation, but I mean the Marines are still putting on some good pressure here. 2-2 in the works, and I think if they manage to get a fade kill, they will see a huge shift in balance into their favor, and that's really what they have to get Breasthound or Derriere down, and they'll see their games like shift heavily in their favor.
Yeah, another shotgun Marine going down in Plaza. They're just the aliens are just powering down these extractors, you know, swarming them together as high life forms and just kind of taking it off the field. So these Marines can't afford to do one-man buildings anymore. It looks like we're going into Marines mid-game by finishing that CC up, so now they'll have access to Nano Shield, but they need a little bit more money before they can try to do any big plays of their own.
Alright, so we have the Marines still moving through water treatment. It's fun. It's a weird thing. We don't see a lot of movement through water treatment typically, but they keep running through there. Trying to pressure Observation. Got 2 Colt and Jubear just kind of hanging out.
Oh, but look at Hydro analysis. There was 2 Marines that are shipping, they both die, and the aliens instantly swarm that phase gate in Hydro, knowing that those 2 just won't be able to phase through if they just swarm it up. Now it's Colt and Jubear, both shotguns here. Can they get any nice picks here? Their shots just aren't connecting well enough. Jubear getting an air at the point where he needs to get out of there. With no Marines in position to try to reclaim Hydro analysis, this game is looking very bleak for the Marines' favor.
And with Saya not having gone gorged, allowed her to be a P-res fade up at this point, which is allowing them to get more more players out in the field. XTC saving for an Onus, it looks like, is already up to 61 res. You got 3 Marines just kind of walking into drone bay here. Oh, Party Skull taking a huge hit from behind. Don't have any fades over here yet, but we do have Saya coming in from the east side.
They can just get some powerful shots here and some nice meds. Maybe they'll be able to take out a few of these high life forms. They just got to hope for a big mistake to come up here. Maybe Saya blinking out there in the open. Is she going to do it? It looks like she might try. Gotta be careful though, that's 2 shotguns and 1 pretty powerful AR right there. The Marines gotta focus on getting an RT up though. This pressure cannot last. They have 1 RT up right now and they just can't afford any of these meds. There goes another med into ADHD. Looks like he's gonna let ADHD die. He drops another med though, another med down there. Now they're down to 8 res. 8 res with 2 RTs up, so dangerous. You cannot afford to keep that pressure up.
Derry taking a big hit but getting out in time. I think, with that phase gate going down, with there being so many life forms on the field, and with, all losing all the infrastructure that they had, it's going to be harder for them to fight back into this. That's all I can say. It's going to be an uphill battle from here.
Oh, look at this. The 2 Marines in fabrication. They don't even see it all coming. 3 fades, or 2 fades, 2 lurks. Instantly mopped up whatever remnants of person was left in there.
I think Breakfast Club is doing a great job this game of being very mobile with their forces, not overreacting to pressure, knowing when to crush things like, the phase gate or, larger Marine teams, and doing a great job at just delaying the Marine team if there's only, say there's, 3 Marines, they are doing a good job at just delaying the force from coming in. So we do have, I think that was...
Party Skulk, the Lurk just got killed.
Party Skulk? Okay. But, he's at 44 res. He can either choose to go Lurk again, or he can just wait and have another fade here in just a few res. It's not a big deal.
I think a big decider in this game here is, Breakfast Club has been using a really unconventional strat. Like, Saya has been out and on the field a lot this game. She hasn't been in the chair much. We haven't seen much drifter placement. If you look at the field, there's 1, 2 drifters. They haven't been actively placed. We don't have any bone walls, but what they're trading off for that instead is a 6-man field presence. And we have the Calm as a fade here, which is something you don't run into very much. So it was 4 fades and 2 lurks at one point.
I think he missed a couple of drifters here because there's actually 4 drifters, and they did lose a few of them as well.
Well, Saya's being a very active and engaged commander. With these 3 Marines trying to stay alive and fight in Hydra, but there's just so many life forms in there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was all 6 aliens right there. And, the benefit of doing plays like these is that you just have so many life forms up. The Marines are forced to only have ever at 1.5 5-man up on the field.
I think this is the first longer game that I have not seen any gorges in. There's not even a single gorge this whole game.
That pure offense. No defense. Do you have a fabrication phase gate going up? Just try to land a few shots and focus fire, but now it's going to become a very dangerous feed gate. 4 life forms swarmed around it. It's definitely going to go down right there.
That's going to be the death knell there, probably, for the alien Marine team. There we go.
So, kind of an unconventional game played by B-Club right there. Electing to light on the commanding right there. Not much expansion, kind of slower, but electing instead to do a 6-man field presence.
Well, and as an alien commander, that's perfectly acceptable because there's not too much to do as an alien commander. Beyond placing cysts and getting harvesters up, there's not much you can really do except for replace, do some drifter micro, maybe later on you do bone balls
and a rupture too.
But there's not beyond that. It's not like as a Marine commander where you need to drop meds, you need to drop ammo. There's you have to maybe do scans. But it's, as an alien commander, you don't have all those things to worry about. And I like that in a way, but I really wish that there was more things that the alien commander would actively be able to do to influence their team's ability to perform.